All right, what's up? My name is Adrian. I'm going to be breaking down the business that has made me and my business partner $162,000 in terms of revenue within the last 90 days. We're operating at about 70 to 80% profit margins, and I'll break down what those expenses go to. And I mean, we're pretty lean. So, first and foremost, we are in the personal injury space. All we do is we find leads and we connect them to legal help. So people who get into car accidents that weren't at fault, as long as it was recent, as long as the other party has insurance and they want the help, we go ahead, pre-qualify them, and then send them over, and then within 2 weeks we get payouts. Everything we do is remote, and we have virtually zero fulfillment. We have a team of marketers that market for us, that also bring in leads, and then they get paid out, and then we also, make our money on top. So the beautiful thing about this as well is that it's not like drop shipping, it's not like trading, TikTok Shop or Amazon FBA. We've literally done this all through organic and through our social medias by just posting simple stories and having people try to DM us. And I know what you may be thinking, like, okay, well, maybe these guys have a huge following. No. On my Instagram, I have 1,700 people, like 750. And my business partner, who has been doing this longer than I have, who's made a lot more money than I have, he has 849 followers on Instagram. On Snapchat, the most amount of views I get is like 1,000. I don't know about his. I have a TikTok account that has 5,000, 100, 200 around there. And I just started posting on it. So everything that I've done before has literally just been on Snapchat and Instagram. And I just started posting on TikTok about my car crashes stuff. So I brought in zero leads. I grew that account like 2 years ago, and that was off crypto content. So I wouldn't even count that. And then YouTube, I have like 400 subscribers, but I just started posting again. So you can't really count that. We're not even influencers. I wouldn't even call us macro influencers. We're like mini. I wouldn't even call us an influencer, bro, to be honest. But less than 2,000 followers, and we've been able to generate this amount of revenue. And so all of this has been organic through our social media, and then through people in our personal network that we know, and friends of their friends, and just people who come in and bring leads to us, and we help them make money, and then we also make money. So that's the beautiful thing about this, bro. There's no upfront cost. You don't have to get training in order to take an exam and get a license like how you would with life insurance. You don't have to pay for anything up front. No experimenting with ads. That's something that I am going to get into here shortly. I've been setting everything up and making sure I have all the proper accounts. But we have literally not spent a single ad like whatsoever. And like it's all been organic. I cannot stress that enough. So normally when people think of like car crash cases and accidents and legal help, people think of Morgan & Morgan. And they are the number one personal injury firm here in North America or the United States. And that is literally their branding. It is Morgan & Morgan, the number one injury firm in America. That's their branding, right? I want to get to that point. There's Morgan & Morgan and Farrah, and I was watching one of the interviews with the owner, John Morgan, I believe. He was on stage, he was talking, and he says on average, they do about 1,500 cases a day. And I had to Google this. I was very, very curious, right? Because they have all these offices throughout the United States. There is about, on average, 16,000 car crashes a day. So this guy is getting a percentage of that. And then he has other lawyers and attorneys that work underneath him. So, he's a billionaire, right? According to Forbes. But it's a lot. And he is a well-known marketer. He has established himself for decades. People know his face and recognize it everywhere. People know that whole saying. They've been on billboards. They've been on TV. They've been on commercials. They have their ads. They are geniuses when it comes to marketing. And so me and my business partner, we're both 22 years old. We're very, very young. We are probably the youngest guys in this space that I know of, because we're here in Southwest Florida. There's only one other person here that's in their like late 20s, who's one of our competitors. But other than that, I don't see any young people in this. There is another competitor here that lives close to where I am, like his office, but he's like 30 or 40. Most of these guys are very, very old, well established. Like I said, been here for 5, 10, 15 years, and they are killing it in the game. They're getting tons of leads. The guy that I was referring to, that's like in his mid 30s, 40s, he's had like $1 million weeks because he just had a volume of leads, like an influx. And so he has like 4 jets that he charters. He just copped a brand new 2026 Rolls Royce something, whatever it was called. But there's a lot of money in this space. There's a lot of, I'm just gonna give you guys like the outline of it, but obviously there's some background information that I'll gatekeep for now, and a lot of connections in order for it to work properly, right? So as far as the fulfillment side of it, all we do is we try to market for leads. Once we get those leads, we either have our marketers, if they bring them in, pre-qualify them, or we will qualify them. We get the name, number, and then we set the appointment, and we have our intake team, send a retainer, sign them up, and then after 2 weeks, once it's valid, then we get paid out. And the way we qualify these leads is just by asking like 3 simple questions. Was it recent? Did you cause the accident? Yes or no? And then do you have the other person's information and insurance? And if they have all 3 and they're good to go, then that's a good lead. So people don't believe me when I say like we have zero fulfillment. We're kind of just the middleman. We are the marketing company, but we're also the middleman. We used to be marketers, and instead of marketing for another company, we wanted to branch out and make our own company. And I'll explain, like that'll make sense to you guys here shortly. But that's all we do. Like, it's insane. We're just working here, and I have another friend that came over. All he's done is like e-com and online business. So he's constantly on meetings. He's talking about products, doing like accounting and Google Sheets, and he does that for like 10, 12 hours a day. He works like 6 out of 7 days a week. And he was just watching us, and we were like breaking it down to him, and he didn't like believe us when we said that's all we do, and his face just kind of dropped because he goes, like he's just a hard worker. This is so easy to do because, like I said, you don't have to pay for a license. There's not really a course you have to pay for. You don't have to like TikTok Shop affiliate. Like, you would need a account with a lot of followers in order to start selling and earning commission. You don't need any of that. Like, we are proof of that. We have less than 2,000 followers. Well, we probably are like 2,300 combined, which is crazy. So, like your mom could literally do this. Your mom could send in a lead and then she'd just get paid a referral fee. And as far as the referral fee, we get 4 figures. I'm not going to say an exact amount, but for example, we make $1,000 per lead. Let's say you get a car accident. Let's say you post. You get 3 people in one car accident, bro. That's like $3,000 right there. But by signing all of them up, and all you did was just send it over a number, a name, and a time for our intake team to call them. Boom, easy $3,000 right there off your phone, mind you, right? Because most people have hit us up and be like, yo, can you put me on? Can you teach me? Like, what do you do? We explain it to them. Time goes by, nothing. They don't do anything with it, because if I were to sit here and tell you like, hey, if you posted 1 time a day for the next 30 to 60 days, that you could make an additional trucks. If you posted 1 time for the next 30 to 60 days, every single day consistently, that you can make an additional minimum $1,000, but an additional $5,000 to $10,000, like, why would you not? The problem is that I think there's 2 problems, is that people think it's not cool or sexy, right? Because it's like, oh, it's not like trading or drop shipping. They don't want to align themselves to it. Or number 2, they just don't think it's possible because it sounds like too good to be true. Like, you make a post, you get leads, we help you qualify them, or you qualify them yourself. It really doesn't matter. You wait 2 weeks and you get paid out. Like, what? And here's an example. Like, most people talk about wanting money, but they won't do anything. Like, they won't take it seriously or do what it takes in order to get it, right? And I'll give an example. The owner of an asphalt company, right? Those companies that level out roads and build asphalt roads and stuff like that. It's not a sexy business model, but those guys bank. They do like millions of dollars of revenue because they get paid to do all that. Like, that is very expensive. The owners are well off, but it's not cool and sexy, right? So we're in the personal injury space. Everyone knows each other. Everyone can find people. Everyone can network with other people. And that's literally what I do. Every time I go out, I try to meet new people. I tell them, I try to post about it consistently. I'll be out with my friends, and I'll run into some old friends, and they'll be like, hey, I've been seeing you post about that. It's like everyone knows someone, and when not everyone will be able to like bring you leads, but when the time comes, like one of their friends or family members will have an accident, and they know exactly who to go to. Why? Because I've been consistent. The first 5 months, bro, I brought in so many leads, but none of them went through, right? This is a volume game. I brought in leads who signed up and then ghosted the lawyer. I brought leads who signed up and then switched lawyers, so I didn't get paid out on those. There's leads who didn't qualify. They didn't have the right insurance coverage. Leads who, it was a hit and run, and we didn't find the other people. Leads who got hit by someone and they didn't have insurance, so then we couldn't do much for them, you know? So it's all these little obstacles that we run into. But the name of the game is just volume, bringing in as many leads as possible and then getting paid out that 4-figure check per lead. It's a referral fee, and just bring them in, bam, bam, bam. And most people do it at one of my top marketers. Shout out Mario. He's a barber. He has like 2,200 followers on Instagram, right? Because he's been posting content. He does tattoos and he cuts hair. And then I think he has his girl's business that owns a studio. But he does this on the side, and he's been able to make an additional 5 to 10 grand a month every single month for the past like 4 or 5 months just by posting consistently. This guy posts like 18 stories every single day, just asking people to like bring him car crashes. And he's literally our top marketer. He's brought in like 15 leads to 20 in like the span of 2 weeks, which is crazy. So this doesn't have to replace your current income. I'm always like, we are the company now, and we're always looking for more leads, and we're always looking for more affiliates or marketers. You know, people who may have a bigger following may not even do as well as someone who has a low following like us, right? We just may know a lot of people in person. So your mom could give you a lead, and then you submit that. You know, like let's say one of her coworkers got hit by a car, and she's like, hey honey, you know, you told me you were working with that. You set the appointment, we close it, and in 2 weeks you get paid. But that's pretty much it. That is the whole outline of the business. We just market off our socials and organically. People over time have seen us be consistent. They know to bring us leads. We'll take care of them. Or if they're our direct marketer or affiliate, they get a higher referral fee. And the more you bring in, the higher your pay goes up. So we have a Telegram. There's about 40 something people in there. There's like free training for people who want to come in. It's 7 videos for you to get caught up to speed, which really isn't that hard. You have me and my business partner, who you guys will probably see on the channel pretty soon. We help you every single step of the way, and we just want you guys to focus on bringing in leads. So we can work anywhere in the state of Florida, and we are also trying to work and expand outside to other states, pretty much become like Morgan & Morgan. And I think that's our next goal, is like really finishing off 2025 strong, going into 2026 and really pumping out the content to establish our brand, because we're marketers too. Like, this has all been as marketers. This has not been as us, the actual marketing company. We're taking the proper steps in order to become it, like how Morgan & Morgan is now. But this has just been us as marketers and having like a team. So now we're pivoting to becoming actual business owners and really pumping out the content, running ads, and getting all the systems and automations on the back end to have everything smooth, like really hiring people for specific positions that we need. But it's very, very lean. We like I said, that's just really our next goal right now, is really focusing on leveling up and getting to that next phase, because I want to be hitting consistent 100K months. Like, granted, I'm thankful, and it's, you know, 162 in 3 months with the new business bank account, and not even before. I don't even know total revenue, but it's up there. So that's pretty much it. I was in the process of recording, and then the audio actually cut out. But that is the end of the video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about the business model, or if you're just simply interested in learning how to do what we do, or becoming an affiliate for Legal Line Services, that's the name of the company, go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I always respond to my DMs. I won't respond to you, however, if you do not follow me, because that makes no sense. So I have a free Telegram, whatever questions you guys have, and I will be introducing to you guys my business partner to the channel soon, probably through a vlog or through a podcast that we're trying to get set up. But that is the whole breakdown of the business. Super, super simple. I mean, yeah, there's no other words I can say. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be documenting and making a lot more videos. And feel free to reach out to me whenever. So see you guys in the next one.